All right, so which one do we start with today?
I don't know. They're both going to be pretty bad.
Welcome to Akihabeera, where we rub up a little too close on the Japanese brewing industry during that crowded rush hour train. I'm Casey.
I'm Eric.
Hi.
So this is the first episode where we're going to talk about two beers, and it's also the first episode that we're talking about beers from a very large Japanese beer company. The two beers that we have today are Asahi's Dry Premium Roasted Malt Premium. Is the best way I know how to translate that.
And Asahi's The Royal Label. Fine taste.
So the two beers we're talking about today represent two trends, I would say, in the Japanese beer industry, for the larger companies anyway. One of them is to release a lot of seasonal beers.
Sometimes they release some pretty good stuff, and then they stop releasing them.
That's the thing.
And
it's
you
a
go back to your
blessing and a curse, because you might get something that's actually pretty decent, and then it's gone in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they're pretty much identical to the standard beers, so you don't really notice that much.
And the other one is a trend of trying to reduce calories, make it a bit healthier, because Japanese salarymen need to drink to survive.
And yet it kills them. So Asahi Brewery is notable for their super dry beer, which you've probably, if you live in Japan, you've certainly seen it. Even if you don't, you may have seen it somewhere. It comes in those silver bullet cans that are everywhere. So we were pretty sure before we even started that Asahi Super Dry was the top-selling beer in Japan.
Yeah.
But in order for us to talk about that, we just double-checked. And not only is it the top-selling beer in Japan, of the top 20 slots of beer sales for some recent data set, which is 2014 from August to October. From that data set, Super Dry, the various sizes and combinations, took up 9 of the top 20 slots in beer sales.
What are you doing to yourself, Japan? You should be ashamed of yourselves.
We should point out that we expect to hate both of these beers. We're going into this pretty sure that these are going to be terrible.
Which means we can only be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Well, let's try this one first.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, let me. I forgot to mention that this beer is like a limited thing.
Thank God.
This Asahi has had a couple of different dry premiums the last couple of years. This particular incarnation was released in February of 2015. You can still find it, kind of, although it is already off Asahi's main beer listing page on their website. Like, you can't. It's not there anymore. You have to Google for it to get to the page. So you may or may not be able to find this anymore.
This beer is bad. It's 6.5%, so I guess it's got that going for it. It's also not a very real beer, because you have your standard fare of mugi, hops, rice, corn, starch.
I think those are the ingredients in the regular Super Dry.
Yeah.
Right? In the silver can, the big seller one, it has all the corn and starch and all that other junk in it. So this is, ingredient-wise, this probably only differs in the fact that the malt is a little bit different. I will say this has more flavor than regular Super Dry.
It's got more flavor, but in the entirely wrong direction than it should be.
It's like they made the bad part of Super Dry just more aggressive. Like
aggressively bad.
I wonder if that says that on here somewhere. Violently unpleasant. Toasted sorrows.
So my first instinct is that this tastes dirty.
It tastes skunked almost.
Yeah.
It has a long, like,
it has a
moldy
long
aftertaste.
Yeah, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go. It's still in me. I ate a Ritz and it's still in me. The aftertaste is like a fire hose of unpleasantness, just like right down your throat. It doesn't stop.
It is, yeah.
Man, okay.
Deep throating you to depression.
So when I saw this, I was kind of excited because I'm like, ooh, red Japanese beer cans are usually not as bad. This one is an exception. Sorry, Asahi. This beer kind of sucks.
Next up, we have the Royal Label. It's a limited release.
Limited Elise. I knew an Elise once.
Was she limited? The limited release, February 2015 is when it came out. It's 100% malt with 40% less sugar. It's only...
Did you just do a wank gesture in our video?
I did. It's only available at 7 group stores, so that would be like 7-Eleven, Ito Yokado. What else did you say? What else?
York Benimaru, I guess.
Oh,
Would be
okay,
another
yeah.
supermarket. Those types of places, yeah.
This tastes like bear urine. First off, we should say the smell is immediately slightly repulsive.
Yeah.
It claims here to be Japan's first, and I'm going to make a brief statement that it should be Japan's last. This beer...
Okay, wait. Let's say something positive about this beer. Okay, so the first good thing is that it only contains malt and hops, or mugi and hops.
That's true. That's positive.
So that's a good thing. It's a beer.
It has alcohol in it.
Those are the good thing. You fucking took it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. It tastes almost like it's cut with, like tonic water or something.
It does. It feels like it's cut with something unnatural.
Yeah. This one lingers, too.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh.
It's like crawling around inside my mouth right now.
Pretty sure I just got herpes.
To me, this tastes like it was a standard super dry, really light lager, and then it was watered down heavily with like tonic water or something. Is the only way I can describe this.
With used condom water.
Would you say the taste is fine, as it claims on the can?
No. So for this scale, since both beers are clearly not good, we're going to go on a 1 being the best it can possibly get, and 10 is as bad as it can get.
Think of it as the negative side of the Cartesian axis, the x-axis.
So your 1 is you're on a crowded, overbooked flight, transatlantic. You are in coach, and you have a screaming baby behind you, and another kid kicking your seat, running around. You know, standard fare. It sucks, but you get from A to B.
That's my 1. This is as good
This
as it
is your
gets.
1. This is as good as it gets.
Okay.
Your 10 is you're on an overbooked flight. You're sitting in the middle seat for coach, and you have 2 morbidly obese, sweaty people next to you, rasping heavily as you are forced to hold on to someone's crying baby who is shitting himself all over you.
Oh, man.
The 2 fat people die at some point.
Oh, no.
And now you have stinking, rotting corpses on this transatlantic flight. And in the end, you get punched in the mouth.
by the CEO of Asahi. Okay, so after drinking that one,
Yeah.
going back to this one makes this one
So
seem
much
like a
better.
motherfucking superstar. You, my red dirty friend, are gonna get a 5. That motherfucker gets an 8. I need to leave room at the top of the scale because there's definitely worse than this, but yeah, comparing these two, this one is far, far worse. Neither of these are good. This is terrible.
I would give this one a 6.
That's the red one, right?
That's the red one.
Okay.
I have to give this one an 8. Just because 9 seems like it's giving it too much service.
I think that's it for us today. If you have any beers that you'd like to see us suffer through on your behalf, please mention that in the comments below.
Or if you've suffered through these beers yourself and would like to give us your own 2 cents. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page. The link is down below.
And our last video is right
Here.
maybe on my face.
There.
Thanks again for joining us.
So anyway, until next time, why don't you pick up a Nodogoshi? It was... Those are both bad beers.
That was one of the worst things I've ever done.